What's up guys, Armada here, and in today's video we are going to analyze one more set from CEO Dreamland. This one is going to be between Hungerbox and Samsora. So, as many of you probably already could guess, it's going to be Puff versus Peach. And this is a matchup in Melee that I really despised for Peach. I think it was by far her worst matchup. And honestly, I think it was the worst matchup among any top 8 characters in Melee. This is a different game though. Peach considered on average better in Ultimate than she was in Melee. In Melee, she is traditionally seen as number 7th these days. While in Ultimate, a lot of people have Peach even as high as like top 3. And then Puff on the other hand, in Melee, traditionally seen somewhere in at least top 4. A lot of people, myself included these days, have her in top 3. I personally think she's the best. But a lot of people have her in top 3. Very often at least top 4. And few outliers lower than that. But yeah, this is a different game, and Puff is not seen as nearly as good in this game. We've seen a trend lately with people ranking Puff significantly higher than, early on in the meta for Ultimate. We've seen players like Meister speak more highly about Puff, Esam, just to name a few. So yeah, in this set review, I wanted to see how is Puff Peach in this game. So I'm going to try to analyze this set, see pros and cons for both characters, and so on. So yeah, let's get started.
Not be surprised if Puff is one of those characters despite being mid-tier. And Puff is in an odd weight class, so it's all about does Sam have the very consistent Sam is very consistent with his combos.
That pound from Puff is actually like really good. Like, look at this, like takes pretty much the entire shield. So if you play against Puff, you gotta be careful with using shield, especially if you have already used it a bit, because that pound, as you can see, that was like full shield and it was almost erased right away. Also, the pound, if you time and space it correctly, can at certain percentages lead into rest, which can lead to a kill. So that's something to be careful about as well.
Are his combos consistent on characters of this size?
Almost triple upper there.
Are his combos consistent on characters of this size?
Yeah, that's good DI by Hungerbox. So one thing that, like, a lot of combos in this game might not be like super long. But one of the more important aspects of DI in Ultimate, besides like if you barely die or barely survive, is DI when you're close to platforms. So if we look at this situation again, we see Samsora doing one up air, and then this up air, we can see Hungerbox DI to the left. If Hungerbox DI to the right here, it's more likely that a third up air would connect. But now, since he's like so far away already from Samsora, you can see that Hungerbox manages to drift away. So, getting a little bit less damage, which adds up over time.
Right there, 2 up airs wasn't able to lead anything more from that. We're used to seeing 0 to 60s from Peach. Right there, 2 up airs wasn't able.
Yeah, Peach's punish game is really strong in this game, but it's not going to be nearly as strong as Puff. That's obviously one of Puff's strengths as a character. It's a hard character to combo. So we're probably not going to see those like crazy down tilts into like 60-70%. I can't really imagine they would work against Puff's weight class. See the fair attempt here. It was a little bit of a greedy attempt. From Samsora. And what happens here is that since he's whiffing this move and Hungerbox can sneak above, Hungerbox is like, now he has drifted past Samsora, so now he has Samsora cornered instead of himself being cornered. So when you have someone like off stage or in the corner, it's very important to not overextend so they can like go above you, because then you end up getting into a bad position yourself.
60s from Peach. I don't think we're going to be seeing any kind of combos
that's
at that level.
that could have been dangerous. That could have been dangerous.
I don't think we're going to.
Yeah, Hungerbox likes to do that in Melee too, like sometimes from platforms and then like immediate pound.
I don't think we're going to be seeing any kind of combos to that level. Maybe 0, 25, 30 or so, but that's going to be like at most. However, Puff is so light.
Yeah, quite a few trades right now.
Yeah. But neither is Peach.
We've seen the Nair from Hungerbox quite a bit too. I would imagine that he in this game is as well using a lot of nairs to deal with turnip. I would imagine this is actually the first time I really see the matchup in this game. So I'm trying to think a little bit like, you know, how he does play the matchup in melee, and then, you know, to explain certain things. But yeah, I could see Nair, like, very long-lasting move. I could see it work good against turnips.
The stock already, but neither
Ooh,
is
yeah,
Pete
gets a weak
with
dash
an
attack.
insane buff to
Lose
all your rest
something.
conversions.
Already Samsora going for the early reads on the rolls. Maybe he
Yeah,
has
one of the biggest differences for Puff in this game as well compared to melee is going to be that backer, since it turns you around. The matchup for Puff in melee is a lot of backers. The matchup is like 90% backers and 10% tomahawk, if we're going to like very, very simply describe it. So that's going to be one of the bigger differences. And we can see Hungrybox using more long-lasting moves, fair, nair, and pound. Seems to be the game plan
an
so
idea
far.
of what he's looking for against Hungrybox, but so far,
Oh, and as I say that, all the
Classic,
backers are
just
coming
looking
out.
great. The slow pacing with the Jigglypuff, just finding the spots, weaving in, weaving out, abusing that airspeed, just playing it perfectly.
HBox is looking for a little higher.
Oh, yeah.
In, weaving out, abusing that
Hungrybox
airspeed,
loves
just playing it
to
perfectly.
catch those type of rolls. So roll from ledge. I imagine Hungrybox have grinded those out. So like always be in the right spot for potential rolls. Not only from ledge, but also in this type of scenario, if you're like shielding, don't roll. Don't roll.
HBox is looking for a little higher recoveries out of Samsor. However, he's dipping
But,
lower.
yeah, you still gotta be
We're gonna
careful
see
because
if,
backer is
how that
actually
mix-up game is gonna
incredibly
work. Is now
strong in
Samsor
this
gonna
game.
start to go lower, or is HBox going to start to go lower, or keep going high?
Peach's
How that
side
mix-up game
B
is
in
gonna
this
work.
game
Is
is
now
like
Samsor
really good. Like you side B on shield, and you can see that Hungrybox is trying to challenge, and he gets nothing for it. One thing, like not in this particular situation, but if we go back again, not in this particular situation against side B. Actually, no, maybe. You can actually spot dodge this, which is hard to do on reaction, but if you manage to do it, Peach has a lot of landing lag if she lands on the stage. You can be at a certain height where you don't have any lag, like it auto cancels, but if they're doing it from like the ground, then if you spot dodge, you can actually get quite a bit of time to punish. I imagine that maybe Puff would be able to like spot dodge Sing. I know Inkling can spot dodge Roller, for example, to get a kill. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind, that if you manage to like react to it, yeah, spot dodge, like if they're going off the stage, for example, then yeah, it's not much you can do. Unless you believe that your aerial will straight up beat it.
Going to start to go lower, or is HBox going to start to go lower, or keep going high, because this is neck and neck right now. One successful edge guard will be curtains for Samsora's first stop.
Keeping in mind that Hungrybox is one of the best players in his own game.
Good catch from
This is an
Samsora.
unranked player playing one of the best players in the whole world.
Yes.
This is dangerously close.
It really is. If this first stock is anything to show for this entire set,
Yeah, a lot of
I'm
people have that
excited for
habit
how
in
this
Ultimate to
it
like
really is.
release
If this
shield
first stock is
on
anything to show for
multi-hits
this
too
entire
early.
set,
Yeah,
I'm
I don't know
excited
why.
for how this is going to turn out.
Oh, that was a good
Great
conversion.
game there.
That's probably like
37%. Hungrybox
about
starting
the
to let
best
this one go a little
in
bit.
terms of
Samsora
damage output
sitting
for
on this
Peach in this
lead,
matchup.
and the turnip game is just on point right now.
And these parries too, that's multiple in a row, finding anything he can get that. And he's primarily,
get
I
back
feel like,
there.
an online player at this point with how much he streams. And yet when he's here in person, his
Yeah,
timing is
pretty
on
close so far.
point.
Oh, there we see another
Oh,
pound.
sure, at this
Oh,
point.
That was almost person. His timing is on point.
He's a Wi-Fi monster for
Oh, yeah.
sure at this.
yeah, the pound
And yet
always
when
seems
he's
to
here
like
in
connect
person,
into
his
those
timing
fairs
is
as well.
on point.
He's a Wi-Fi monster for
Oh, yeah.
sure at this point.
Yeah, that could
That
have
was
been
almost
very
a record
dangerous.
version, just
So
barely
his
missed out with
downer
the down there.
true combos
But
into
however,
rest
taking a little bit more
as
percent.
well.
But at 29, Peach is
Yeah,
almost.
so far, like, when Samsora has full shield, like, I feel like he really needs to respect the pound more. Because, yeah, that's, like, where Hungrybox is, like, trying to get his openings. Especially at low damage, it seems like.
ready to die to rest.
All right, nice parry there. Just looking for the side B to get that pressure on.
Goes low. HBox is starting him there, looking for something, was just barely able to miss it. However, he's still staying relatively safe despite at 80%.
Oh, yeah. That's-
And that's
that was so
he's still
close.
staying relatively safe despite.
Yeah, like, Peach is not that fast of a character. So, like, off stage, like, especially if you have a character that can go super deep off the level, I really think going off stage against Peach is very good. I do the same with Inkling. Inkling has like also like great tools to like keep Peach off the level. And Puff's Fair is a little bit similar to Inkling's in the way that it's really, really active. And Puff has so many jumps, so she can like go off the level even more than Inkling does. So that's going to be like a very important aspect for Hungrybox as well to you know, to perform well in this set.
Fight at 80%.
Jumps on.
And that's,
Yeah, the
oh
up B
my
was
gosh,
like
barely gonna miss that edge guard.
just in
I
time.
know, so
Alright, Samsora is
smart.
jumping a lot from the ledge
Oh
too.
my gosh, barely gonna
And
miss
we
that
haven't
edge
really
guard.
seen Hungrybox challenge that spot. So let's see if Hungrybox adapts to it.
Unfortunately, Puff's vertical like recovery there is a little slower. He wasn't able to catch up the same sort of recovering, but anytime it's horizontal is when he's tacking up so much key percentage and almost stopped.
Yeah, the wall of pain here.
Ooh, yeah, a little bit greedy on that dash attack there. We did see the Nair into weak dash attack conversion earlier, so that's probably why Hungrybox went for it. But yeah, it didn't quite work that time. Yeah, we see a lot of uppers from Samsora as well. Hungrybox for the most part has been pretty good at like spacing around it.
The Wi-Fi coming out in Juan right there, I feel like. Just going for the rollout, you know, gotta throw it out. You gotta check them sometimes. Sometimes people get hit by that stuff.
Yeah.
Just going back to that safe. Solid neutral though. Forward airs on deck.
I like that even though when Juan is down,
that was a greedy side B from Samsora.
I like that even though when Juan is
yeah, that was a greedy side B.
Playing confident and he's finding. I like that even though when Juan is down.
Like one thing that is very common to see when you edge guard. Like honestly, it applies to this game too. It applies to this game too. But it's kind of like where you position yourself at a distance and at a range where if your opponent tries to fall down with like an aerial or something, you're still in a position where you can like weave out of that range and then punish them for it. Traditionally, you want to be diagonally below someone because it takes time to fall down, right? And then you still want to be closer to the stage. So as we talked about earlier, you can't like try to sneak above and try to reverse the situation. So you often see like people kind of position themselves diagonally below. That's something Hungrybox did like a lot with Puff versus Peach in Melee. Like if Puff is here, Peach is here, and then like at any moment you can like jump up with back air. But if the opponent tries to like fall down and hit you, it's basically at a range where the person edge guarding is safe, but the opponent trying to come back to the stage is like in a very bad spot.
Even though when Juan
it was a little bit like it. Not quite, but a little bit
every
similar
open
to that.
he can to smash Samsora off stage immediately and follow it up to kills, bringing us to a last stock. As you said, unranked versus what number is he in the world?
A lot of
Second in the world
pounds.
right now.
Wait,
But
Samsora didn't yes, Samsora didn't punish that. Yeah, that.
But Samsora
I
has
guess
been
it
doing
must
a good job of staying, even though
been
Juan is
surprised or
setting the
something.
pace.
Ooh,
Samsora is
dude,
very comfortable
Samsora.
playing that pace, it looks like so far.
He goes
Yeah.
low, just barely misses another four.
Yeah, he's not ready for all those pounds. The thing is also like I can imagine this actually is like a bit weird, because Puff was like not good in Brawl or Smash 4. This is actually Puff's best game since Melee. I'm not trying to say she's anywhere near as good in Ultimate as she is in Melee, but I would say that it's clearly her best game since Melee. So I can imagine a lot of people in Ultimate don't really have Puff experience because Puff was basically not a thing in Brawl and Smash 4. And just the archetype of Puff feels like, even if the character is worse than Peach, it feels like it's a matchup that at least always should be like very good for the placement difference on the tier list. Like, honestly, just looking at this so far, it feels surprisingly even. Actually might be even. I don't know. It's like less than a game so far, so I don't want to say too much. But I feel like a lot of Peach's traditional strengths with like ledge trapping, the combos, is not really there. And then some of the weaknesses like off the level, for example, for Peach, is something Puff actually can use to her advantage. But yeah, let's keep going.
He needs it.
Alright, Samsora just looking to close this out. Hungry Box just a couple touches away.
Yeah. Samsora, I know when I played some friendlies with Samsora at Summit, yeah. He tried to go for those up smashes when you like drift in.
Just looking to close this out.
Yeah, like these types. But Hungerbox drifted back. That was good. If Hungerbox drifted in, that would have been it. Leo is another player that likes to use it. If you try to back her and cross up, Leo up smashes out of shield a lot with Joker. So it's like a setup you need to, not really a setup, but like a scenario you need to like keep in mind.
Hungry Box just a couple touches away. If he can get Sam off stage, this really could be game 1 over.
It really would. He goes
away. If he can get Sam off stage, this really could be game 1 over. Hungry Box just a couple touches
I would
away.
like to see some Sora try to go for like some of these up airs that are coming. Yeah, like that one. I would like to see him like jump more and also like drift more to one of the sides. So like hard raid. Oh, you're gonna go left. I feel like he does them a lot in place, and Hungerbox just like easily drift around them.
Game 1 over.
It really would. He goes for the neutral. He pokes him out with Samsora's on the ledge. How can he keep him on there? He's looking for back airs. Anything you do to clean it out.
So tricky on the defense there from Samsora. Great late air dodge.
This recovery from Xbox is really good. He's using Puff's area mobility to get to the other side of the stage before Samsora can even remotely get there with Peach.
And back air will close it at this percentage. Just got to be very careful. Want us to play
That
near
was so
perfect
close.
here.
His item play has been immaculate, catching most of the turnips. Seeing anything you do to kind of poke it out, he needs to watch out for this back air.
Oh, the weak hit.
Peach's back air will kill Pop.
Yeah, even the throws at the ledges, depending on it, back air, that'll do it.
That was, yeah, that was very, very close.
Yeah, even the throws at the ledges, depending on it, back air, that'll
yeah.
Peach's back air will kill
Peach's
Pop.
pressure is so good in this game as well.
Ledges, depending on it, back air, that'll
Yeah,
do
you
it.
really gotta respect those aerials or float aerials.
Doesn't matter. And Sam is playing bad. It's that Juan is rising to
All
the
right,
occasion.
game 2.
Sam is playing very, very well, and obviously has closed the first game out.
I'm surprised Samsora went to dagger there. I wonder if that was a misclick. Yeah, that's one thing against Peach you need to be very careful about. When she holds turnips, when I played against Miru, he loved to do this as well, where if he holds a turnip, he wants to get an up air, and then up air into turnip into aerial, and you eat a lot of damage. So yeah, when Peach holds a turnip, two things that I traditionally want to like keep in mind is don't get hit by up air, and don't attack the shield with laggy moves, because then Peach do turnip out of shield, and then you get also like a lot of damage for it. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind too. If you have a move that has very, very low landing, you can actually buffer shield and it will make it in time before the turnip. So that's something to keep in mind. And this is like not really like Puff Peach specific, but just more in general against Peach.
Finding any kind of even off-stage pairs, which are tough to find against such a late character, and he's already packed on his early 45 here before even taking damage.
Yeah, he's looking better, has good adjustments to the defense so far. Now what I'm better has good adjustments to the defense so far.
I don't know, like, why is Samsora doing this? Like, Hungerbox, like, he's not gonna like go down to the ledge just for the sake of it. Like, he has so many jumps. Like, we keep seeing Hungerbox go above, and it's like Samsora believes he's like gonna try to like contest this area or like this area. And it's not happening, and then Hungerbox gets around and like kind of feels like he's getting in a little bit too much for free right now, if you ask me.
Now, what I'm worried about, though, is Apex kept the
like, some people might ask, oh, what should Samsora do instead? I would rather see him, like, back off to, like, this position-ish and throw up, like, turnips. Like, kind of predict when he thinks Hungerbox might be on his way up. Maybe even, like, jump throw turnip, and then if Hungerbox uses Nair or something to, like, go through, then jump again from the side platform and try to hit him. I don't know, at least something else rather than like let Hungerbox sneak around.
Close, but without a rest. So imagine if he gets even one, that's going to dictate it even further and bring him in such a huge lead unless Samsora gets an earlier kill, which he's looking to right now, hitting him to 111%.
You just have to accept the fact. If you shield that, like don't challenge it.
Which He's looking
It's
right
very
now,
stupid.
getting him to
I'll say
111%.
this, even as someone that
Like
like
this game right now. The conversion game has been
likes
amazing.
Peach.
The read, he's starting
But,
to have an amazing
yeah, that
read
side
on
B
the
is stupid.
offense. You already saw the pivot.
It's a
F
silly
smash
design move, if you
One
ask me.
needs to change up his tempo because the pace he was playing was working, but that's a big was. It's Sam is starting to catch on and starting to run away with this game right now.
For a lot of the first game and a little bit for the first half of this stock, Xbox has been holding just mostly in. He's really pushing his pressure, which I like.
Yeah, the cross up. Hungrybox thought he was gonna land in front. Oh, yeah, you gotta be, yeah. Down air rest is like.
Like you mentioned, has been adjusting to that. However, a rest at 99% is going to bring
and
this back.
Puff wakes
even
up
two
very
stocks
early in
apiece.
this game
We'll
too.
play some Smash 4. I didn't know Xbox was good at that game either.
You never. I feel like you never get to punish
Xbox
her.
needs to change up the
Ooh,
pacing.
and that
You've seen
pound.
Either.
So like I said, Xbox needs to
Yeah,
change up.
Samsora is not ready for it at all. Like that, it's by far the biggest thing so far. Is yeah, he's not ready for any of the pounds.
He's already done it here. Is starting to go in a little bit more, pick his spots a little bit better. That drill to rest, a true confirm at most percentages depending on where you hit them. Good tech. That drill to rest, a true confirm at most percentages depending on where you pick his spots a little bit better. That drill to rest, a true confirm at most percentages depending on where you hit them. Good tech.
That kept him so safe if he didn't.
Yeah, those like okay. Samsora did get a trade there, but this is like a little bit what I mean about. Peach is very good to like corner pressure and like keep you at the ledge. But Puff has so many jumps that you can jump away like this. And it makes it like quite hard for the most part to like actually like keep your opponent in the corner. So that's good for Puff in this match, or honestly good for Puff in general.
Going for the block here, jump is gone.
That was a great weaving there to get around that down air and was able to find a good punish. And he's up in percent right now after getting that crucial rest from the first stop.
Yeah, Hungrybox has done a great job to secure the lead here. And the craziest thing to me is that he has the lead. He's still moving forward. He recognizes that if you give Samsora enough chances to pull enough turnips, something bad is going to happen. So you need to keep that pressure on.
However, he did miss a turnip in the grab right there. That could have been a big
Ooh, yeah, that's almost gonna kill.
It's not every day you play matchup like this, but can he find it back?
Yep,
He gets
chasing off the level. Yeah, that's what I said. Like Puff is really good at that.
And one of the
this
adjustments
matchup.
is the lack of pound now. He hasn't been going for the pound on the shield anymore.
Some characters can still have like a little bit of an annoying time to edgeguard Peach, but I feel like Puff is like one of the best at it. And that's another one of those pounds at low percent. Always at low percent. Always at low percent.
As I say that, immediately pounds. Why does it always happen?
It just does, but he is able to clean it into a cool 32%
Ooh, that's
now.
fair.
After it's still winning neutral exchanges at this kind of percent right now.
All right. Uses those platforms to his advantage, gets all the way out.
Samsora's turnip play has been really good the last couple of few.
Gets all the way out.
Yeah, one of the bigger things for Hungrybox is like sometimes overextending when Samsora use float aerials and shield and the side B. That's like two of the bigger things. And Hungrybox's ledge trapping hasn't been that good either. I feel like all the melee players pretty much, yeah, it's like they don't have those years of experience. Like some people are like, oh, Ultimate is a new game, it's like even playing ground, but like it's so many things that like from Smash 4 were so similar to Ultimate that it's like years of experience. And ledge trap, honestly, the only character, and I know some people be like, oh, you're like biased or whatever, but pretty much like the only character we can ledge trap in Melee, and it's actually like easier / better to ledge trap, is Peach, because she doesn't have a ledge dash. For people that don't know what that is, basically in Melee, when you hold a ledge, a lot of characters like to like drop from ledge, and then like jump and then wave land onto the stage. And many characters have like a lot of invincibility, but Peach's double jump is so slow that she can't like really ledge dash. So you actually more like ledge trap Peach, but jumping from ledge is very bad in Melee, so it's not really a viable option for the most part. But yeah, other characters you can't ledge trap whatsoever. So a lot of people don't really have like that type of experience, and even like if you try to make the Peach comparison as I just did, it's still quite different since jump is just so much worse.
Adjustment because of Pop's waves.
Potentially winner's bracket stock here for Hungrybox.
Well, yeah, he wanted to roll in as well.
Quick 44.
I mean, that's good on Samsora to not fall for it. Like, a lot of people, even people that played against Hungrybox a lot in Melee, fall for that panic roll in.
Downwards disjoints, getting around that up air is so tough.
That lead
I mean, I fell for it, you know, at some points as well.
Now it's back. However,
I'm pretty sure I adapted quite well to it, and like eventually never fell for it more or less. But yeah, in these type of situations, it can be hard to like fight that instinct. Wait, is that? Oh my god, that's actually even stronger than I remember.
Kicks out at 2. Samsora still alive here.
That was a great down air there following Samsora, but he needs one more clean hit looking for a back air.
Back air, forward air, potentially back though into the edge guard situation. A lot of things here to close it.
Ooh, that side B barely lived.
Not going to connect, and Hungerbox is back in advantage.
Ooh, that was a smart up air from Samsora. I like that one.
He's doing everything he can to convert this damage. However, at 114, he needs to be careful because that could kill. It's so close.
Yeah, it is such a close match.
Punish. Samsora just one touch away. So with him with Hungrybox. Just play safe, solid, neutral. Any kill move will work.
It will. Both of them are at kill percent right now. Both are playing so, like, this is the most scared both players have been this entire set so far.
One has been holding W this whole matchup.
Ooh, I'm not sure what Hungrybox tried to do with that there. But that really could have costed.
Doing so well.
This is also the first time we haven't seen HBox really catch.
At this point, yeah, I feel like the turnips are not even like, they don't really matter. Any move is gonna kill now, so it's like, why even bother with the turnips?
He doesn't want to drop this 175, but
I can't.
Wait,
why did he not? Oh yeah, yeah, of course, yeah, he held the turnip. He held the turnip. Maybe he could have floated in air. I don't know. Probably not. A lot of moves have like surprisingly low window to punish. Like a lot of moves in this game, even if you like get point blank hit, you often have to play the spot dodge war. Which honestly is one of my bigger issues with this game, is that it's so many moves that people do them point blank, but you still can't get like a true punish. You still have to read if they do a spot dodge. And don't get me wrong, I think like, you know, getting reads and stuff is important in fighting games. It's just like, I feel like it's too many like bad moves or like bad decisions that don't get like strictly punished. So it's like way too many moves, they're point blank, you still get to play the spot dodge war, or people do like a smash attack, like, and you're barely outside of their like down smash or F smash, and it's like, oh, I still can't punish this on reaction. I have to guess when they're gonna finish it, or I have to play the spot dodge war. It's like, wait, what? I guess Sakurai did design it that way, so like you can more easily throw out things, because it makes it easier for new players that, oh, I can do a smash attack, and even the best players can't. I'm not saying every smash attack, because of course many smash attacks are laggy enough where you can punish it reliably, but yeah, still. It is quite a few where it's like, yeah, we can't, and that's just how it is. But yeah, moving on to game 3. Oh yeah, this is a best of 3 as well. This is cool. Ooh, that actually, like, I wonder if Hungrybox did not expect this fair to knock down. If he expected his fair to knock down, this would have been like a reaction tech chase scenario. More input delay in this game means that reactions overall are worse too, but still, I imagine that would have killed. Yeah, that would have killed. It was like on a platform too. But yeah, okay, maybe he wanted the downer and then into rest. Because if it was a tech in place, that would have been easy. Or maybe not easy. Actually, yeah, no, quite easy. I'm not sure if that would have worked now when Samsora was at the edge of the platform. But yeah, that could have been a huge swing.
But Juan is just pressuring out right now.
That was so close to potential sync setup there. Whenever you trap him on that platform, that tech chase opportunity is huge. And he's got to be looking out for it if he wants to close this out. But a grab at the ledge, 87. Can he seal out this edge guard?
Yeah, honestly, like the more I see, like,
grab that was a great adjustment. Haven't seen a lot of throws from Juan.
Of course, Hungrybox has improved a lot at this game, but it still feels like the Puff archetype is like works very well against Peach. Even when Peach is like the clearly overall better character, it still feels like Puff does surprisingly well. I know Bass Mage that's like one of the best Puff players, if not the best. I'm actually not sure if he's the best, but he's one of the best Puff players at least. I know, I think he took like a game of Kamime at Evo, for example, and I played him quite a bit at Summit in friendlies. And he said he believes this matchup is even, and I can totally see it.
Without taking any extra percentage, all this extra credit is just icing on the cake for Samsora here.
And also, when I said that, I can already see the comments. People are like, "Oh no, 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 no! Like Puff way lower on the list, can't be even." All right, so this is the case. This is the case. You can take any character low on the tier list, and that character, just because they're low on the list, or might be low on the list because tier lists are changing all the time, right? But that doesn't mean you lose to every good character. And same thing, like just because you play top tier doesn't mean that you automatically win or destroy every character low on the tier list. A lot of people for some reason have a hard time to understand this concept because they think low on the list means losing to pretty much everything above and vice versa. High on the list equals winning to everything below you, more or less. And this is very, very far from the case. Like, it's more than enough outliers to, you know, like, you can't really have that rule. Especially not in this game, because even bad characters in this game are surprisingly, like, competitive. And yeah, as we said earlier, like, people like Meister and Esam is starting to put Puff quite a bit higher as well. I think Meister had Puff in high tier even.
This is how the last game went, where
Which
Samsora got that
pretty
kill.
good.
However, HBox brought it back with a rest and was able to bring it back to the entire game. And like you said, one game can be taken, two can be taken.
Samsora trying to put this pressure on. Like we said, every hit is very impactful here.
Here we go, sitting for an edge guard.
Yeah, that was good. That's a good nair. It's like, yeah, very long lasting. Like here, it's not much Samsora could do here because he's almost at the point where he needs to, you know, get back to the ledge. And even if he's spaced outside of this one, Hungerbox still had resources enough where he would be able to throw out another aerial. So yeah, this was like, if Hungerbox played his cards right here, it should have been a stop. And he did.
Juan has been chasing Peaches floating on Parasol for longer than some Smash players.
Dude, Samsora actually like cannot handle this pound whatsoever. I think Hungerbox have landed 95% of his pounds.
That situation is a death sentence against Juan with how much practice he has.
That was so close to death there against Samsora.
Oh my god. That would have landed too if he was in range. Yeah, he was pulling a turnip. If Hungerbox just believed, like, if Hungerbox just recognized he was a tiny bit off in the spacing, yeah, that would have been hitting as well. Samsora was a bit lucky there.
These pounds are also doing work for the first time in a few stocks here.
Alright, nice roll back, just resets the situation, nair straight afterwards, and the grab.
We haven't actually seen Hungerbox parry anything. Like, I feel like Puff would be able to get, like, some openings. Because Hungerbox have had, like, a little bit of an issue to deal with Peach's float cancel aerials. So I feel like, yeah, like, maybe some parry openings, getting some grabs. I'm not 100% sure on all Puff's frame data. But I would imagine that it's some optimizations that could be done there.
Being a little impatient on the offense here.
Anytime Samsora does not have a turnip, he's losing neutral time.
Oh yeah. This side B as well. This side B, it can be very good to run off the level and do an aerial. With Inkling, I like to do a run of fair to beat this side B. I imagine Puff could do the same.
Samsora does not have a turnip, he's losing neutral time and time again. He needs to get space, he needs to pull these projectiles immediately. But when he's recovering in the air, he can't right now. This is all HBox's game to finish this out.
And that's the biggest problem, is Juan recognizes that the turnips are the issue. So he's, like I said, where I come from, we call it holding W. He is going in on him to try and prevent these projectiles from even coming out.
Great job, the neutral are poking there, trying to keep him as unsafe as possible, making him play his game, but off stage now. This is Samsora to close this out. He's looking for that forward air.
Oh yeah, he missed the up air, but I like that one from Samsora. Instead of doing it in place, he tries to catch the drift there. So. Yeah, that forward throw from Puff, like, it got buffed not too long ago, and it's like significantly better. It's like, yeah, if we go back again, like, yeah, you can see like how low the character go, and like if you're close to the edge, like it actually sets up very nicely.
112% even percentages, but one has stage control and under the platform now.
H-Box is alternating between forward air and back air.
Accidental down smash, maybe?
Changing those spacing by just little minute differences, and Samsora has been the one not adapting as quick as he would like to.
Also, besides at low percent, I feel like these turnips don't really do anything for Samsora. I don't feel like they really add much of a threat. I don't feel like they help in neutral, really. I feel like he's been pulling them too much when Hungrybox is like too close and can get punishes. I don't know. At low percent, I can see it because the only way you're gonna get like fairly good damage is, you know, up air into turnip into, you know, another aerial. But besides that, I feel like Samsora is like overusing the turnips. But low percent, yeah. It seems like it's been like alright.
A couple more touches and we're at kill percent for just about anything, but
there's that Puff Wait getting out of the combo, but air barely missing the forward air. But he needs to be careful because Samsora is picking up some amazing percent. Already at 60. Puff's already getting kind of dangerous against those kill percents. Watch out. 77 will close out a forward air hit off stage.
Right, gotta be careful.
Okay, now all the aerials are out now.
Back, but the first step is you have to close the stock one step at a time.
He's getting close to it. He needs just one clean hit, and then he's going to go in for edge guards. But up airs are getting way too close for comfort, able to take out Puff right now.
Samsora is just choking this game out right now. The turnip play is fantastic.
Ooh, that up B. Okay, yeah, he managed to dodge.
Approaches.
That was
honestly, Sam was looking hella
pretty
bad. That's how we're gonna do it.
Yeah, last stock scenario. And yeah, that's gonna be it.
Do it if we're gonna come back. What have you got, Hungrybox?
This is the time we need the
all right. Yeah, that was a close set, 2-1 to Samsora. It was a more competitive set than a lot of people most likely expected. Samsora actually tweeted afterwards, why is every melee player so good against Peach? I'm sorry, Samsora. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. No, but also, yeah, competitive set, and seems like Puff is a bit on an upswing, both in terms of like the tier list in general, and it seems to me watching this set, if I'm gonna try to be as unbiased as possible, it actually does look like Puff has quite a lot of tools in this matchup, and it doesn't really surprise me. Like when the matchup was like incredibly good for Puff in melee, like, you know, some of the traits for both characters are still very similar, right? So it shouldn't be too surprising. I know it's not too surprising to me, and I hope it's not too surprising to the viewers as well. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this set review. Please let me know in the comments below. What do you think about Puff? Do you think Puff is on the rise as well? And if so, where do you think Puff will end up on the tier list? Let's say a year from now. But yeah, that's going to be all for this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.